I am in Greeneville, Tennessee. A beautiful, historic place. Considered to be the second town founded in the state. Here's a map. Let's show you where I'm at. Population history, peak population, last census, 15,479 people. Yeah, this town is growing. That is the Capitol Theater on the National Register, built in 1934. Behind me is their magnificent county courthouse. The Greene County Courthouse. Greeneville is the county seat. Built in 1916. That is neoclassical. So that is ancient Rome. And they have a monument to Union soldiers here, to the memory of Union soldiers who enlisted in the Union Army from Greene County. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful building. Yeah, I'm going to head down this way as soon as I can get a green light. And I'll tell you some more. The town is named after Nathaniel Greene. He was a Revolutionary War hero. The county is named after him as well. The 17th President of the United States, Andrew Johnson, is from here. He wasn't born here. He was born in Raleigh. But he lived here most of his life. Grew up in poverty, was a tailor, entered politics while he lived here. Now, you remember I said he was the 17th president. Yeah. We all know who the 16th president was, Abraham Lincoln. He assumed the presidency after Lincoln's assassination, but he really didn't follow that many of Lincoln's policies, I would say. He really didn't believe black people were equal. He believed that politics should be for white men. He didn't think black people should be able to vote. A few other things. And because of that, he was impeached. He was the first president to get impeached. He was acquitted by one vote, but it can be said that he was not a popular president. He certainly wasn't the 18th president. He did become a senator for Tennessee after, and died while in office. Davy Crockett wasn't born here, grew up here, or grew up near here. He was born in nearby Limestone, and it's a state park. It's closed. I want to go to it, but it is closed. Hurricane Helene wrecked it, and it hasn't been rebuilt yet. So, there's some of the history of Greeneville. I'll give you a few numbers here. Median age is 42. And here's the ethnic breakdown. 85% white, 6% Hispanic, 2% black. Remaining is mixed race or other. That is Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Construction started in 1841. Took them a while to build it because of the Civil War. Completed in 1875. There is a cannon embedded in the wall. You can see it to the right of the door just above it. We'll run over there and get a closer look. Had to come across the street to get a good view of the church though. Yeah, you can see it right above that light. That is amazing. And what is cool is they left it there. This is it's a replica of the house that Andrew Johnson was born in. The actual one is in Raleigh, North Carolina. I wonder if there's anything to see inside. Alright, well, I'm out in residential now. Let's take a look-see some of the neighborhoods. About 2 blocks out of downtown. Let me give you the median household income first. $49,889 a year. That is $960 a week. It's pretty low. You can see Tennessee's is just under 70,000. Here's the poverty rate. 18.5% overall. School-age children 19%, 65 and older 17%. That's a little higher. It seems a little high, but here's cost of living. It's an 87. 13% lower than the rest of the U.S. Utilities 99, housing is 74. Yeah, so poverty's probably okay because you got a lower cost of living. All right, let's see. Crime last year, 22 incidents per 1,000 people. U.S. is 21, so crime here is a shade high if you compare it to the rest of the country. Yeah, so not too bad. All right, I'm going to go to the other side of downtown. And let's see what it looks like over there. Okay, I'm on the other side of downtown. As you can see, there are some very pretty older homes here. Very nice. Well, that one could use a little TLC. It's a beautiful old house though. But look, right across the street. Yeah, these are amazing here. Well, how about if I give you median home value? $227,400. Okay, well, let's head to the next town. I am in Bulls Gap, Tennessee. It's founded by a gunsmith. His name was John Bull. He's the first to settle here. That is the Gilley Hotel, built in 1870. It was a railroad stop hotel. It was built for people traveling the railroad, workers and passengers. At one time, in addition to the hotel, there was a barber shop, a market, restaurant, all kinds of stuff in there. It is on the National Register, and well, it is just rotting here now. It was a social hub of this entire area at one time. I'm just trying to see if I can take a peek inside. Looks like it had a basement. Anything to see in there? Not much. Okay, so it's a small town. Well, let me show you a map first. See where I'm at. And population history. 1980 peak population 821. Last census at 756. Yeah, it's just kind of hanging around 700 population for many years now. Median age is 39, same as the U.S. The town is 91% white, 5% Hispanic, remaining mixed race or other. Now there's only a few buildings here, but they're all on the National Register. Bulls Gap Railroad Museum. Yeah, they got a store here or two. These buildings were all built in the late 1800s. So they've been here for quite a while. This was the site of a huge Civil War battle. The Confederates won. Archie Campbell, you may know his name if you watched Hee Haw when you were young like me. Born and raised here. In fact, on the show he would reference the town quite often. Well, there's a house there. It's kind of neat, isn't it? All right, so here he is. Yeah, Archie Campbell. A little monument to him. There he is on Hee Haw. You probably remember him now, looking at that. Tennessee Music Pathways. Well, Tennessee is certainly known for music. Is this his house that he grew up in? I don't know. Let's go see. They do have a caboose over there. It's sitting here for all to enjoy. Anyway, yeah, let's see what this is. Smells like old wood. Tennessee Heritage Trail. Well, it is open. You can just walk right in. I'm not sure if this is his house. I think maybe it's just representative of late 1800s homes at the time. Oh, so this is a bedroom. Looks like the front door. You just walk right into the bedroom. Another bedroom here. Oh, maybe it is his house, because this is a picture of him as a kid. Yeah, family pictures of him. Okay, so the 2 bedrooms and a little kitchen here, and a little dining room, and that's it. They really didn't make living rooms, that kind of thing, back in the day. Should we take a look at the inside of the caboose? I always like to. You guys know that. See if they've done anything with it. Oh, sorry about that. Get this camera situated. Yeah, it looks okay. Pretty cool. Well, how about some numbers? Median household income, $52,857 a year. A little over $1,000 a week. Probably pretty good for a little town like this, especially with the low cost of living. It's an 84, so 16% lower than the rest of the U.S. Utilities, 99, that's the highest. Housing, 64, that's the lowest. Well, let's take a look at poverty. 21.3 overall. School age children, 37, that's a bit high. 65 and older, only 6% though. That's pretty low. Well, I'm checking out some other stuff here, including house there. Yeah, this First United Methodist Church, still holding services. This was built in the 1880s. Let's see, crime here last year, about 3 per 100 people. US is about 2. So crime's a little high. 756 people here, so what's that? About 23 crimes total, looks like. I like the way the homes are built on hills here in the town. This one, yeah, this one looks like it's been abandoned though. Yeah, nature has taken that one, huh? All right, median home value, $178,500. Yeah, a little more than I thought it would be. I am in Morristown, Tennessee. Well, let's take a look at a map so you can see where I'm at. Population history. Peak population last census, 32,994 people. Yeah, this town's growing. This town is interesting because of this here. This is called the Sky Mart. When Interstate 80 was being built, businesses started exiting the downtown area. So the town's leaders said, let's try to bring them back. And they came up with this idea to build a second story, so to speak, of the downtown with shops and everything as well, to help bring business back. And as far as I know, this is the only place in the country that has this. It's kind of like, you know, the interior of a shopping mall, but it's outside. That's real neat, isn't it? Opinions are mixed as to whether it's done any good. The downtown doesn't look real dead, though. But you can see some empty buildings here, like this one across the street, right here. You know, I gotta admit, or at least let's say it this way, in my opinion, this is a great idea. Especially for these towns that have a, you know, like a major road that runs through their downtown. God, I hate those. You can't really relax. Build something like this, you can just get the people above all the traffic. Okay, well, median age here is 36. Let's start with some numbers. 65% of this town is white, 24% Hispanic, 5% black, 1% Asian, rest is mixed race or other. This town was built on the intersection of stagecoach routes way back in the 1800s. Because of that, there were many Civil War battles here, and the town on a regular basis was either under the control of the Confederacy or the Union. It's a manufacturing hub today. Over 100 manufacturers are here, and you see it when you come into town. Davy Crockett spent some time as a kid here as well. Let me give you the median household income. $47,917 a year. It's $920 a week. Yeah, a little bit low compared to the state. Poverty is at 26. School-age children 35, 65 and over 18. Yeah, those numbers are all a little high, but cost of living is an 85, 15% lower than the rest of the U.S. Utilities again 99, housing 68. Okay, those. Yeah, look at this one right here. That is an awesome building. I know nothing about it. Helms. You can tell it is really old. So I looked it up real quick. Yeah, Helms building. This was built in 1890. It was a corner drugstore when it was first built. It's not on the corner though. Now it looks like they have some residents of the local jail cleaning up the downtown. And there's a police officer looking out over them. That's pretty cool, huh? It is a clean downtown. This is, well, I believe this is the building that Davy Crockett was born in. Let's see what the placard says. Crockett Tavern. Here stood the Crockett Tavern. Yeah, I think this is a replica. Okay. Established and operated by John and Rebecca Crockett, parents of David Crockett. It was the boyhood home of this pioneer and political leader of Tennessee, who was later a victim of the Alamo massacre at San Antonio, Texas. Morristown is the county seat for Hamlin County. This is the magnificent Hamlin County Courthouse. Let's see if we can get you a good look at it. This was built in 1874. And well, there's two architectures there. Second Empire, which is French, and then Italianate. Italianate is 15th century Italy, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's make sure you get a good look. Just about a block off downtown. It's looking pretty impressive, isn't it? I checked crime. It's pretty high. Last year, 32 incidents per 1,000 people. US is 21. Yeah, crime town by town is getting higher. The next town, it's going to be even higher than that. In fact, the next town I'm going to show you has some of the highest crime in the state. Well, I'm continuing to just explore the houses and streets right outside downtown. You're seeing what I'm seeing. It's impressive, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Okay, with that, let me give you the median home value. $181,100. Yeah. It's, I think, the lowest of the towns I've showed you so far. Meanwhile, it is filled with homes that look like this. I mean, I'm sure there's a bad part of town, but I'm, as usual, stick close to downtown. That's the houses I like to see, because they're always the oldest and most beautiful. Well, okay. Let's head to the next town, and like I said, it is much more dangerous than the first three. Yeah, so let's go check it out. All right, everyone, I am in Newport, Tennessee. Before I show you this county courthouse, I'm going to show you a map. You can see where I'm at. Population history, peak population 1980, 7580. Last census down to 6868. All right, this is the, well, first of all, Newport is the county seat for Cocke County. This is the Cocke County Courthouse, built in 1930. That is colonial revival. It's named after a former Tennessee senator by the name of William Cocke. She's a beauty. There's the building for the Newport Police. The name's kind of interesting. The town is, I believe, on a river, and they built a port. And when it was new, people would say, hey, my stuff's coming in at that new port. Things like that. And the town started to grow up around it, and they just named it Newport. I thought maybe it would have been named after the town in, or the city in Rhode Island, but nope. That's where it got the name. Okay, so the median age of the town is 44. Let me give you an ethnic breakdown. 83% white, 6% black, 5% Hispanic, 2% Asian, rest mixed or other. I guess we'll just go ahead and jump into the crime. Crime rate here, 50 incidents per 1,000 people. US is 21. Yeah, crime here is 2.5 times higher. Look at Tennessee, 2624 per 100K. Higher than the US, a little over 2,100. Kind of surprised me a bit. I didn't think Tennessee had that high crime rate, but I had to come to this town. Why? Because this is a legendary moonshine town. During Prohibition, and well, heck, even today, this was the top, this town in the area, that is to say, the top producer of moonshine. And, well, legendary moonshiner Popcorn Sutton. Yeah, this is from where he operated. And, well, I don't know if you know much about him. I saw a documentary on him. He's a really fascinating guy. He got caught eventually and was sentenced to prison. Instead of reporting to prison, he killed himself. Poverty, 27.2. School-age children, 46. 65 and older, 20. Yeah, poverty a little high. Maybe because of incomes. Here they are, $31,250 a year. It's only $600 a week. That is very low incomes. It's hard to live on that these days. This is one of the destinations of the town. And despite it being Monday early afternoon, it's closed. I was going to go in here, guys. I was kind of looking forward to it. To see what I could get for the man cave, you know? Items for the man cave is important. Correct, gentlemen? I think you agree. All right, well, cost of living, though, it's pretty low, 82. Well, that's really nice, isn't it? Shine on, Newport. Got a jar filled with lightning bugs. Anybody else beside me do that when he or she was a kid? Yeah, Hurricane Helene hit the downtown area real hard. Probably not these houses too much, because you can see downtown. It's down there. It's kind of in a valley, if you will. It's lower, much lower elevation. You can see that it's still recovering in a lot of places. Anyway, let me give you median home value, $133,500. All right, everyone, so that's going to be it for this part of the video. Nicole and I are actually staying in Pigeon Forge. We're going to spend several days there and just enjoy the town. We will give you a bit of a look at it and probably visit a museum, give you a quick look at that, and of course have dinner at a local restaurant. And we'll probably give you a look at the hotel too, because it's pretty cool. So hang tight. That's coming up next. The island, Pigeon Forge. Another scary dinosaur. I like dinosaurs. Yeah.
He doesn't growl as loudly though.
Yeah, he's a lot quieter. Basically, it's just a little amusement park with lots of places to eat. A lot of places that have games. All kinds of stuff. It even has a mirror maze. What do you think of that?
It's amazing.
We're at the Alcatraz East and Crime Museum. And supposedly they have some really cool stuff in here. Let's go check it out. This is a recreation of Al Capone's prison cell. Pretty nice, huh? And this is a regular one. This is Old Smoky, Tennessee's electric chair, in operation between 1916 and 1960. This is Ted Bundy's 1968 Volkswagen Beetle. So you can see inside it. This is Bonnie and Clyde's 1934 Ford V8 with the bullet holes. This is John Dillinger's 1933 Essex Terraplane. This is O.J. Simpson's 1993 Ford Bronco. Of course, you remember the story behind it. This is the actual one.
That's crazy. I want to get inside it.
Yeah, I wonder how they managed to get the actual one. Isn't that cool?
It'll probably cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Today we're going to eat at the Old Mill Restaurant. This is a grist mill built in 1830. It is the oldest continuously operating grist mill in the United States. Yes, it's still an operating grist mill. And they say this is the most photographed mill in the country. So we hear the food's really good. we're going to try it out. All right, after an hour-long wait for a table, we are here, finally sitting down. The place is very rustic, looks real nice. We have decided on food. They don't have appetizers, any of that kind of stuff. You get everything on every dish. So I'm going to have meatloaf, and every dish comes with a cup of corn chowder, corn fritters, a salad, mashed potatoes, green beans, and then a choice of dessert. Every dish gets on that.
Well, I changed mine a little bit.
Nicole is having...
I'm going to have the spicy grilled catfish. And instead of mashed potatoes, I'm going to have a baked potato.
Yeah.
I think that's about the only thing I could change. But yes, that's what I'm having.
So that's a full-course meal. Full-course meal automatically. Well, we'll see if it's good. Our corn fritters have arrived. Basically hush puppies, right? And they're made with corn that has been grist here.
They're really yummy.
So
they're a little less dense than hush puppies.
Yeah.
They're less dense.
About as fresh made as you can get. And then it comes with butter.
Butter.
Our thoughts on the fritters are they are very good.
Fantastic.
They're fluffy, aren't they?
Very fluffy, as I said. Definitely less dense than normal fritters. So, but I really like them.
Yeah, and you can tell they are fresh made. Same with the butter. Tastes like it was just been whipped. It does.
Do you picture somebody back there with like, I don't know what it's called?
Could be happening that
You
way.
can just see by my motion.
Yeah. Our chowders and salads have arrived, and they look real good.
The potato, corn, maybe a little bit of bell pepper in there. Smells really, really yummy though.
And then you got salad, you got Italian.
I did well on the side. Yes, I did.
And I got blue cheese. I love blue cheese. Okay, the thoughts. The chowder's excellent. Lots of big chunks of potato and corn. I'm about to finish it. Salad's surprisingly amazing little small salad. It has cucumber, it has onion. What all they have on it? Tomato, carrots, spinach mixed in with the lettuce. All kinds of good stuff. I like it a lot. And what about you?
I haven't really had a chance to make it to the chowder yet, but if I don't, I'll just take it to go because it looks so good. And I know I'm going to like it. But I am eating the salad, and the salad is good, especially for a little side salad that comes with your meal. It had a lot of toppings on it, as Joe was saying. You know, it's got tomatoes, carrots, cucumbers. I ate cucumbers. Definitely some red onion, yeah, and a good salad mix underneath. So I'm enjoying it. There's some spinach mixed in there.
Yeah, it's a good little salad, and it's not too big, is it?
Which is better before you eat your big meal, you know? I don't need a big salad.
Yeah. Our food has arrived. My meatloaf, it smells delicious.
Big.
Can't wait to try these mashed potatoes. Hopefully they're fresh made. The kind of green beans I like. Nicole doesn't like these kind, but I do. It's my favorite kind. Looks like it's got lots of onion in it. Okay. And what about yours?
Look at my catfish. It looks amazing. And I don't know, I haven't yet tasted it, so I'm looking forward to the rice underneath. And I've got a baked potato, so yeah, I know it's like 2 starches, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, it looks pretty good. We have paused our meals halfway through to give our thoughts. Meatloaf is fantastic. Hot with lots of onion in it and a really tangy tomato on it. It's probably just ketchup, but that's the way you make it. You know, I eat too many meatloafs where the tomatoey sauce is not real tangy. Real tangy. It's perfect. Mashed potatoes are awesome. You can tell they're fresh made. There's little chunks of potatoes still in it. Green beans I really like. It's got little bits of bacon in it. My favorite kind of green beans. How about you?
Catfish is good. Nice and plump, like cooked well. Yeah, I could have used a little more blackening, but it's still pretty good. I love the rice. The rice has a little bit of vegetable bits in it with like corn and I don't know, is that green bean? I don't know. There's definitely peas in it, and carrots. So I love the rice. Baked potato, well, it's a baked potato, you know. So tasted good.
Okay. Well, So there you go, guys. Dessert is here. I'm having blackberry cobbler with vanilla ice cream. It looks and smells delicious.
That's so good.
Nice warmed cobbler.
However, I'm being rushed and I'm still working on my main course. So.
Yeah, Nicole's still working on hers. It doesn't matter because she's having her dessert to go. She's having pecan pie.
Yum. Who doesn't love pecan pie?
Yeah.
If you do, you're crazy.
Yeah, she's already full. Not me. I'm ready for some dessert. And I'm going to eat it here. All right. Well, I'm just going to say it.
Say it, baby. Say it.
This is the best blackberry cobbler I've ever had. It is fantastic. The blackberries, the crust, you know, whatever it is they put on that, you know, the crust on the cobbler, sugary crust, incredible. Tastes amazing. So does the ice cream. How's that pecan pie? Oh, you're not eating it.
Dude, I barely stopped eating my entree. You're rushing me.
Yeah, she's going to eat hers later tonight
I
at the
will.
hotel.
I most definitely will. It's pecan pie, man. I can't turn it down.
Yeah. All right, everyone, here's the check. $61.16. You get a lot of food here. You get, I mean, basically you get a soup, a salad. Well, not basically. You get a soup, salad, you know, fritters, which are kind of like an appetizer. You get the entree and you get dessert, all included. That's pretty amazing. And it's all fresh made food. Anything with the corn is made with corn produced here in the mill. Delicious. Huh? What do you think? And as far as what we paid, much cheaper than many of the meals that we eat.
Yes.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
All right, while here in Pigeon Forge, we are staying at this Embassy Suites Resort. Brand new hotel. It's got a lot of nice features. So yeah, we're going to show it to you. See what you think. Maybe you'll want to stay here if you ever come to Pigeon Forge. A lot of stuff here. Big resort town. Dolly Parton has a huge presence here. Dollywood's about a mile away from here. Plus she owns other stuff like a pirate show, which we saw yesterday. A Hatfield McCoy show. She's got a huge presence here, so she must be really rich. Anyway, so this is the lobby area. Embassy Suites always has some kind of water feature. It's kind of their trademark. This one's pretty cool. The hotel's got a ton of areas where you can just hang out. Here's one of them here. Well, inside and out. One right here. And there's some up on the 7th floor. I'll show you the pool area first, though. Here's the gym. Always important to Nicole and I because we both work out. Mainly, we just need weights and an elliptical, which it has both. The resort has 2 pools, one indoor, one out. The indoor pool is heated, and you can lift those, or they do lift those garage doors up when it's a really hot day. It's a little bit cool today, though. All right, I'm going to head to the outdoor pool. Really warm in here. There is a big hot tub, a pretty big hot tub, I guess you could say. And yeah, we've already spent a couple nights there. The pool area, they have a swim-up bar. It's shut down today. It's a little bit, like I said, a little bit cold. And the swimming pool, it is not heated, and it is very cold. But yesterday we still saw people swimming in it. Anyway, yeah, really nice swim-up bar. Always a plus. Fire pit here on the ground level. Got a couple that way too. They got some upstairs as well. I'm on the 7th floor now. That is where the bar is. The main bar. And they've got some pool tables. Shuffleboard over there. One of those golf machines. And over here is where breakfast is. Yeah, so breakfast is here. It's a buffet breakfast. Quite a big one. You can get eggs made to order as well, and pancakes. It is included in the price of the room. You don't have to pay extra for breakfast. Right, just off the breakfast area, it's one of the outdoor decks. It has a fire pit. See it right there. And you can look out over the entertainment district, which is over there. Pirate show and all that. It's got a Ferris wheel. You can see it. We showed you that earlier in the video. That's where we were earlier in the video. Next door is a Carl Ripken baseball camp. It's like 6 diamonds here. And I think they have like high school and junior high tournaments here as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a very beautiful area. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Very beautiful. So just off the bar here is the other 7th floor deck. And it is big. Numerous fire pits. There's one right there. Another one right there. And you can look out over the city. Yeah, another fire pit. In the evenings, a lot of people hang out up here. Very big social scene. It's quite a lot of fun. It's quiet right now. It's because it's about 9:30 in the morning, and I'm showing you all this. But yeah, in the evenings, this whole area fills up. And guess who's over here reading a book? She likes to come up here and read. That's Nicole. Oh, you got him to turn the fire pit on.
No, all you have to do is do it yourself.
Huh?
You just have to do it yourself.
Oh, you do it yourself right there? Cool. You know, getting cozy out here?
Yeah, it don't look so pretty right now.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyways, yeah, so that's the deck. And finally, the room. I'll show that to you. Looks a little lived in because we're actually leaving this morning. Anyway, here it is. Bathroom. And bedroom. We were here 5 nights. The hotel runs about $280 a night. It was during spring break, so probably a little more expensive than normal.
It's a cute little room.
Yeah, not much of a view. And here's the rest of the room. Cool. All right. That's going to be it. For here, we are heading to Kentucky next.
All right.
Kentucky, here we come. We'll see you there.